Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex, and today we're taking a look at my personal top 20 co-op experiences with a mix of local play and online. Now, while it's easy to see co-op games as more targeted towards casual experiences, I've got a fair few today that should absolutely challenge you as well, so hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here, join our growing family, and let's get started. So today's list, as I said, a mix of local and online play, with the majority packing local and probably a good half with online support as well, even a few dedicated to online only. No doubt then I've missed some great ones as well, so let me know in the comments what are your favourite co-op experiences out there, because the Switch, it's a beast when it comes to experiences like this. Resident Evil Revelations 2 then throws us back into this world as Claire Redfield. Here we awaken a detention facility and need to get to the bottom of what is happening and who took us. This one, it's coming in above the first Revelations, not only because I think the story is better, but it also threw in local co-op support alongside online play. Expect here though to face the campaign in co-op and then even a horde wave-based style mode as well. Biped is one I reviewed on the channel, then in Quality Game. Find my review and all the reviews from today's video in the pinned comment down below. The idea's simple enough though: save a planet by lighting these beacons. It's definitely light on story, but it for sure carries a lot of like Pixar style, and the multiplayer here, it's local co-op. The unique thing with this one though, it's the control scheme. Yes, you're controlling these two robots, but each of your joysticks, it is a leg. It takes a while but feels great once you get used to it. It even has then a different campaign mode for single player and local co-op. It also gets challenging, this one, as a warning. Fugs is another one I reviewed, and a complete surprise of a game. The idea: control a two-headed dog, one player one end and the other player, well, of course, the other end. It can be hilarious, this one, but we got quite addicted to the formula as you navigate this world solving environmental puzzles like biting a hose to spray water on the other side of the map. My experience was with the online co-op, but it packs local support as well. Not too bad a difficulty curve then, this one, but we'll still need some brain power. Ib and Ob then is a two-player cooperative game, and it's all about overcoming double gravity puzzles, 15 levels total. Not the longest of games, but there's secrets here to uncover, and I was surprised with this one to not only find local play but also online as well. I was really impressed though overall. The double gravity screen split through the middle is very cool, and I hope to see more in the future. It's an absolute gem. Untitled Goose Game then received a free update that threw local co-op support into the mix, and while I wouldn't call it absolutely necessary, I'd be lying if I didn't say there's something incredibly satisfying about two of you operating in this stealth style almost puzzler together. Free updates as well, there's something I always celebrate, especially when they are this sizable, so go cause mayhem together, and it is local support only. Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time then, complete winner of a game, a hidden gem, a cult classic. It deserves all the tags you can throw at it. The idea is simple enough: pilot this ship around this world, save your friends. To do this though, operate different systems within this ship, so steer, shoot, and so on. It's absolutely manic though at points, especially when you get 4 players in the mix. Also, don't let the vivid visuals deceive you as well. This is a challenging one. Guacamelee 2 then is not only one of the best Metroidvania style experiences on the Switch, but an incredible example of co-op play as well. Here you're out to save the Mexi first, but the combat boss moments, upgrade systems, it all comes together to make something special. Then it also supports up to 4 players, and that is drop in and drop out gameplay. To unlock this then, you'll need to actually be around 20 minutes into the game, basically get through the tutorial. Enemies though then, they will scale in difficulty in relation to the number of players going to war. Hyper Light Drifter, then a game I love, also supports local co-op, something I don't see talked about all that often. I think the reason for that, it's not absolutely necessary. It's, if anything, a nice addition. You can, however, play that campaign together, and anyone that knows this game will know it's genius, exploring the mystery of this world. The co-op's not the deepest, so player 2, they can't find new weapons, upgrades or abilities. They are simply a copy of player 1. World War C then is an online-only co-op experience, but well worth a look for shooter fans out there. Reviewed it on the channel, it's a third-person experience challenging you with increasingly challenging scenarios and just waves of zombies. You'll control a few different characters along the way, you'll be travelling across the globe, but the gunplay is solid, and a recent patch was able to tidy up the frame rate. It's still not perfect, but when you see the number of zombies on screen, they're climbing walls, all sorts, it's relatively easy to forgive. It looks pretty nice as well. Luigi's Mansion 3 then is a fantastic entry in the series, and I'm hoping we see another one sometime soon. It's also one of the best looking games on the console, packing a ton of charm. Multiplayer here though comes in a few varieties. You got story mode, that's 2-player, one plays Luigi, the other Guigi. We get mini games in Scream Park, that's up to 8 players, and then we also get Scare Scraper, also 8 players, but it has teams of 2 facing increasingly challenging floors. Just know though, story co-op and Scare Scraper, they won't unlock until you uncover Guigi. That's around an hour or so into the game, so just prep for that before you jump in. Vitamin Connection then seems to have released a little fanfare. It's from Way Forward of Shantae fame. It's a great time, my review down below. The idea is this though, you are protecting a family as almost this medicine of sorts, and that is Fita Boy and Girl. You'll pilot a capsule and get rid of all the bad stuff in their bodies, from the parents to the kids to the dog. This is where it gets tricky though. Player 1 controls moving the ship vertically and shooting. Player 2 needs to rotate the ship and aim. It's a blast and mixes strategy in movement and attacks. Overcooked 2 then, and I chose this one because the first did lack online support, it was local only. You can also then pick up the all-you-can-eat bundle. That brings together both entries or DLC. It does some remastering too, but that's also the most expensive option. I'd consider the second the cheaper middle ground. Does it need much introduction though? Work your way through the story though, save the kingdom by working together in increasingly strange and complex kitchens. It starts fun, but before you know it, expect a few arguments, at least that was my experience here. Enter the Gungeon then to dial up that challenge. A little awkward to find the multiplayer here, it's actually local only, but on the character select screen, talk to the character in the purple robes standing to the right of the character select, and boom, time to shoot a whole lot of foes in 2-player. Incredible games, it's for sure fun seeing 2 players as well here, but don't think it makes things easier. The screen, it will still be full of bullets to dodge, roll away from or through, but yeah, it's a modern classic that needs a true sequel. Borderlands then is a game you can't miss when we're talking about co-op experiences. The Legendary Edition, it has 2-player local and 4-player online support. It's without a doubt one of the most famous looter shooters out there. It packs Borderlands, Borderlands 2 and Borderlands the pre-sequel. You can pick them up separately if you prefer, but this is the most bang for your buck, and it has a ton of gameplay here. Combined story wise, at least 70 hours, probably a couple of hundred if you do everything. Streets of Rage 4 then is a quality beat 'em up. It throws in online and local support, and it truly is a worthy sequel for the series. You're taking out this gang, of course, it's good stuff, huge selection of characters and secrets to uncover. It's got everything from retro style characters to a quality soundtrack. I just think, if anything, it got everything here right. I just wish this one it had 4-player online as well, that is for local only. This genre though, honestly as well, hard to pick from. It's always good for co-op, so a few honourable mentions here: River City Girls, Hunt Down and The Takeover, all quality options as well. Mr. X's Nightmare for Streets as well, that's paid DLC, but also worth a look. Mario, and there's so many options, but I decided to go with Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. 3D World supports up to 4 players though, and Bowser that has 2 player. For me with this one, 3D World is a bit of a classic with a ton of creative levels, and I love its visual perspective where it hints at old school Mario as well. Then you've got Bowser's though, that shows the potential for the series in the future. It was this incredible 3D experience and hopefully it leads to more. I don't think though at this point you can go wrong with any Mario entry. Diablo 3 Eternal Collection and huge package, the base game as well as all DLC. That's 7 classes, 5 acts and even some Zelda loot. It's an action RPG dungeon crawler though, and you can play local, online or even a combination of the two where you complete quests together or even trade together. It's completely addictive stuff. Unfortunately though, I will say here it's also Blizzard. They seem to be absolute scumbags, so maybe pick up a second-hand copy, that way you won't support them directly. That said, at the same time, it's also not the teams behind the games either, it's just the suits. Monster Hunter Rise had to get a shout out then, and we played a ton of this game in 2021. It was online only, but if one game sucked up a whole lot of time in 2021, this is it for sure. I played single player like most of you out there, but I think online multiplayer made it a whole lot more entertaining and just simply manic. From huge monsters to, you know, a whole lot of loot and crafting, it's just so easy to sink well over 100 hours of gameplay here. That's mainly for me thanks to the customization and the experimentation. There's also then a sizable paid DLC coming up in 2022. Divinity Original Sin 2 then is genius. It's another one that's online only, but for sheer content, it's just a winner. The story alone, over 80 hours, and I'd play this single player or co-op as well. It looks like Diablo to a certain extent, you know, visually, but this is actually a classic RPG. Turn-based, it's all about strategy over hacking and slashing. The world is huge, so it's absolutely stunning. There's of course then tons to uncover and collect, and then you can pick a pre-made character or create your own as well. Highly recommended this one for RPG fans who want to strategize together. Cuphead then is my top pick, and for many that wouldn't be the case, but I think it's completely addictive. It's for the most part a boss rush title, throwing you into battle against these screen-filling foes who are just incredibly difficult to say the least, but it does pack then the occasional platforming section as well. You can be on foot then platforming and shooting at your enemies. You can be in planes. The visuals are stunning and the music is another level. The Twitch gameplay as well, near perfect. I do think as a package it is near flawless. I just wish it had 2-player online support as well, though I think it's really strange that's missing. Maybe a concern with connections causing delays, I guess, but still I'd love to see it in here. What would be in your top 20 then? A few honourable mentions and just to close things out, but WarioWare, I actually just got that one. Looking forward to checking it out. And then a few I still need to check out myself. Bayonetta 2, Sultan Sanctuary and Knights and Bikes. They all pack multiplayer. I've only really played the single player though. Also Lego, I'm kind of burnt out on the formula myself now, but no doubt a fantastic option to play with friends and family. With that then, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.